for standard 12, that is electrochemistry. This is a standard 12 chapter, and this chapter is very important for as point of board and as point of a competition exam. So we will start this chapter. See, basic of this chapter is a redox reaction. Certain basic of redox reaction I have taken in my previous video. You can watch it. So we will start our electrochemistry today. What does this word means? See, the electrochemistry is made up of two words. That is, first is electric, another one is a chemistry. So chemistry involving the electrical principles or electrical principles involving the chemistry rules. So combination of electric current and chemicals, the chapter is formed, is known as what? Electrochemistry. Okay. So before starting this chapter, how the electrochemistry come into the emerge? We have to see this. See, you know, when you are watching TV at your home, in that you are having a one small cell, or we can say as a dry cell, or usually it is called as a pencil cell. So that pencil cell contains what? Some chemicals, and that chemicals are converted into the electrical energy, so that only you are able to send the signals from the remote. So this can be an example of an electrochemistry. Or you can take another example of your battery of your bike or of your car. See, in the battery of your bike or in the battery of car, what it is filled? There are certain chemicals are filled in that battery. That chemicals are able to convert or able to produce the electric current, or they are able to produce the electrons. And that electrons are able to convert into electric current. So there comes the electrochemistry principles. So slowly there are many examples. You can take car batteries, scooter batteries, then you can take a dry cell, then you can take a small pencil cell, then you can take your mobile phone batteries. These all are the examples can be come under the electrochemistry, because they convert the chemical into the electrical energy. Or another example can be interconversion of it. Interconversion means I am converting the chemical, I am converting the electrical energy into the chemical energy. For example, see, you know there are rechargeable cells. When you take the rechargeable cells, what happens after certain use, that rechargeable cell get exhausted. Then you keep for the charging. Or you are keeping the battery, car battery for the charging. What happens? You supply the electric current, and to that electric current, chemical reaction is occurring inside the battery or that device. So there is an interconversion. Interconversion of what? Interconversion of electrical energy into the chemical energy, or chemical energy into the electrical energy. That itself is known as what? Electrochemistry. So first definition we have to write down, and that definition is, what do you mean by electrochemistry? So the definition comes first, electrochemistry. See, please, whatever I am writing on the board, I will speak, you have to note it down, okay? So what is the definition of electrochemistry? Understand? See, electrochemistry is a branch of a science, or we can say branch of a chemistry, which deals with interconversion. Which deals with what? Interconversion. Interconversion means going from one conversion to another. So electrochemistry is a branch of science which deals with interconversion of chemical energy into electrical energy, or you can say electrical energy into the chemical energy. So what do you mean by electrochemistry? So electrochemistry is a branch of a science which deals with interconversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy, or electrical energy into the chemical energy. Are you getting my point? Note it down. Sure. So electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry or science which deals with interconversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy, of chemical energy into the electrical energy, or electrical energy into the chemical energy, or electrical energy into the chemical energy. Sometime this definition might be appear in exam for 1 mark. I don't know, but might be appear. Clear? So now second point comes, that is electrochemical cell. So what is this? So, see, very simple. An electrochemical cell is a device, okay, which is use the principle of conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. What is the electrochemical cell? It's a device. It's one kind of an apparatus. It's a device. That device uses what? That uses the principle of conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. Okay, so write down electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell is a device which is used to convert into the chemical energy which is used to convert the chemical energy into the electrical energy. Which is used to convert the chemical energy into the electrical energy. Okay. Here example you can say galvanic cell. Okay. See your small cell which is used in the remote, that can be also an electrochemical cell because it is used to convert what? Chemical energy into what? Electrical energy. Okay. So you can write down here galvanic cell, same it is. Okay. Or you can write down here Daniell cell. Another example is Daniell cell. Okay. This we are going to study in details, Daniell cell. Okay. So write down this. Clear? Okay. Third definition comes electrolytic cell. So there is nothing but a reverse of electrochemical cell. This electrolytic cell is a reverse of what? Electrochemical cell. What was the electrochemical cell? The conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. So electrolytic cell will be what? Conversion of electrical energy into the chemical energy. So write down the definition. For electrolytic cell, the definition will be, start to write down. The device, it is a device which is used to convert, it is a device which is used to convert electrical energy into the chemical energy. It is a device which is used to convert what? Electrical energy into the chemical energy. You can understand the example here, that is a recharging of a battery. The example can be what? Recharging of battery. We will see this in detail in future classes. Okay? I hope you have written it. Yeah? So, once more, what do you mean by electrochemical cell? So, electrochemical cell is a device which is used to convert chemical energy into the electrical energy. A reverse of it. Reverse can be what? Electrolytic cell. So, electrolytic cell means what? It's a device which is used to convert electrical energy into the chemical energy. It is used to convert into what? Electrical energy into the chemical energy. See here, you know you are having a rechargeable cells. When the charge is over, you keep them for the recharging in the some slot are given. Okay. When you take that slot, you take that device, you keep the cell in that, and then you keep in the for the generation of electric current. So you keep for the charging. It will take 2 to 3 hours. So you are supplying what? You are supplying electrical energy to that exhausted battery. You are supplying electrical energy to that exhausted battery. So what will happen? They will gain electrical energy and they will convert into what? Chemical energy is generated there. Again, the cell are reusable. Okay. So simple, it is an interconversion. Clear this part? Okay. So now we go further. See, one thing here more. See, very important. That is, see here, this electrochemical cell. See here, the cell uses what? Convert of chemical energy into electrical energy. It converts into what? Chemical energy to electrical energy. See here there is no extra force is required. External force is not required here. As soon as I connect it, the chemical energy starts to convert into what? Electrical energy. So extra force, extra work is not required. So that's why I will say that here the work is spontaneous. Here the work is what? Spontaneous. If you come here, Here it is what? Electrical energy is converted into what? Chemical energy. Yes or no? So in electrolytic cell what happens? Electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Means here some extra force is required. I have to do some extra work, and that extra work is what? I have to supply the electrical energy. If I don't supply electrical energy, chemical energy will not be generated. Means that here the work is not done of its own. I have to supply some extra work. Means this electrolytic cell is non-spontaneous. This electrolytic work is a non-spontaneous. Okay? Clear this part? Okay. So in future classes I will give you the difference between electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. But you remember here that electrochemical cell is nothing but chemical into electrical. The work is spontaneous. Whereas electrolytic cell is what? Electrical energy into chemical, and the work is non-spontaneous. Okay? Right on it. See, related to the basic of electrochemistry, we'll solve one problem, one question. And the question is expand a redox reaction taking place in a single container. So what I will do, I take one single container, and in that I will fill copper sulfate solution. This is CuSO4 solution, aqueous. Here I am dipping zinc plate. This is nothing but a what? Now, what happens is, you know, the electrochemical series. One series will come in the terms of reduction potential value. This will see in the further classes. But you know, in a redox reaction, there is a one series, that is potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, okay, then zinc. Then here somewhere copper. Now you can see here, as you know, when moving downside, the reduction potential, or you can say this zinc, one who is on the top, always will act as a anode, and which is on the bottom will act as a cathode. Here. So what happens here? We have to see here the redox reaction taking place in the single container. So what happens here? Zinc is acting as a anode, and at anode always there is a loss of electron. You remember this. Please remember this shortcut. At anode, you can say loss of electron, and cathode always there will be a gain of. Okay, that's why loss of electron, as you have seen by the redox reaction. If you see my redox reaction video, you know that loss of electron is nothing but what? Oxidation. So at anode, loss of electron occurs, and at anode, always oxidation occurs. Similarly, at cathode, gain of electron occurs, and at cathode, reduction occurs. Because you know, gain of electron is nothing but what? Reduction. Here, so here, according to the series, copper is coming below the zinc. So zinc will act as an anode and copper will act as a cathode. So when zinc is acting as an anode, so you can see here this is a zinc rod. So in zinc rod there are pure zinc. In zinc rod there are pure zinc. Neutral. Okay. Whereas in CuSO4, Cu is in terms of Cu plus 2. Yes or no? In terms of ions. So you can see here this is a zinc plate. So here Zn is in the form of a pure zinc, or you can say neutral zinc, Zn. Whereas in CuSO4 solution, Cu is in term of what? Cu plus 2. So according to this series, as you know, copper is coming below the zinc. Okay. So zinc will act as a anode, copper will act as a cathode. So this zinc will have a capacity to loss of electron. Because at anode what occurs? Loss of electron. So zinc will start to lose the electron. So zinc can lose the 2 electron and creates Zn plus 2. These two electrons are transferred in the solutions. In solution we have Cu plus 2. because I told you, no, in CuSO4, Cu is in the form of what? Cu plus 2. So this 2 electron which is lost by zinc are entering into the solution and they are gained by Cu plus 2 and they convert into C. So you can see here there is a loss of electron, so I will say as oxidation. Here you can see there is a gain of electron, so I will say here is a reduction. Okay? If I combine this reaction, I get what? Zn Cu plus 2 Zn plus 2 plus C. And according to redox reaction definition, in a reaction, if oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously, then such a type of a reaction is known as a what? Redox reaction. So this is a redox reaction which is taking place in a single container. This question might appear in the exam. You can comment on it. Okay. So next topic we are going to cover is Daniell cell. First we will see the basic of Daniell cell. Daniell cell is a what? Nothing but first, it's an electrochemical cell. Okay? It's an electrochemical cell. What do you mean by electrochemical cell? Just now I have discussed. So it's a device in which chemical energy is converted into electric. Okay. So here we are constructing it, you are making it Daniell cell. How? We require here two kind of a cell, or you can say as a half cell. See what happens, there is one beaker, you take one beaker. In this beaker, there is a rod of a zinc. There is a rod of a zinc which is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Which is dipped in what? ZnSO4 solution. And this ZnSO4 solution is 1 mole. So this construction, what I have done, is known as half cell. Is known as a what? Half cell. What do you mean by half cell? See, this I have taken beaker, sorry, I have taken this beaker. In this beaker, I have taken the ZnSO4 solution and I have taken a rod which of zinc. If you focus here, I have taken the rod of zinc and its solution I have taken here. I have taken the rod of zinc, so I have taken the solution of ZnSO4, or I can take zinc nitrate, but here you take ZnSO4. So what do you mean by? So this construction is known as a half cell. So definition of half cell can be the metal electrode or metal plate which is dipped in its own aqueous solution. See here the metal plate is what? Here the metal plate is what? Zinc. And this zinc plate I have dipped in what? ZnSO4 solution. So this construction what I have meant is known as a what? Half cell. So first definition of half cell is what? Half cell. So half cell nothing but a metal plate. A metal plate dipped in its own aqueous solution, in its own metallic ion aqueous solution. Metallic ion aqueous solution. Okay. For example, I have taken zinc here and I have dipped in what? ZnSO4 solution. So this is ZnSO4 contain what? Zn plus 2. So zinc is dipped in its own salt solution, aqueous salt solution, or you can write down a metal plate dipped in its own salt solution. Okay. See another example, if I take here copper. If I take copper and I dip in copper sulfate solution. Okay. So see here, this copper sulfate is a salt and this copper is a metallic rod. So this construction is also known as a what? Half cell. A metal plate. So a metal plate is what? Copper. dip in its own salt solution. So I am dipping this metal plate in its salt solution. The metal plate is copper. The metal plate is copper and I am dipping in its salt solution. The salt of copper is what? CuSO4. So such an arrangement is known as a what? Half cell. Okay. So a metal plate dipped in its own salt solution. Such an arrangement is known as a half cell. So I have taken here one beaker in which I have dipped the zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution, which is of 1 molar. So this is in one half cell. And I have taken in another beaker, I have taken copper rod, which is dipped in copper sulfate solution. So this is another half cell. When I connect these two cells, I will form a complete cell. So what do you mean by cell? Cell combining on two half cell, or combining two half cell, a cell is formed. Okay. See, what do you mean by half cell? A metal plate. The metal can be anything. See, I can take zinc in zinc sulfate, or I can take aluminium in aluminium sulfate. I can take copper in copper sulfate. I can take Au in AuSO4, or I can take Ag, silver, in silver nitrate solution. Okay. So a metal plate, whatever metal you are taking, that same metal plate you have to dip in its salt solution. So here I have taken zinc, so I am dipping in what? Zinc sulfate. So this is one half cell. Similarly, I am taking here what? Copper. I am dipping in what? Copper sulfate solution. Means this is the salt of a copper. So this construction is what? Half cell. Okay. Now, when I will connect these two cells, by means of I connect these two half cells, when I will connect these two half cells by means of a conducting wire, and salt bridge also will come, we will see later on, but here I am taking the basics. When I will take these two half cells and I will connect by means of a conducting wire, so the total combination is known as a what? A cell. So a cell means what? Combining two half cells, a cell is formed. So how I will combine? I will combine by means of a conducting wire. Okay? So you can copy out and we will see the further radial cell. So I have shown here the arrangement of radial cell. You can see here. This question can be appear as a form of a theory in exam, especially in board. It's a very important question and very simple. See what happens. See, this is the radial cell, or I can say electrochemical cell. Okay. The question will come as like a short plot on a radial cell. So you can see here, there is a one beaker. In this beaker, there is a ZnSO4 solution of 1 molar. In this, I have dipped zinc rod. And just now I told you, this is nothing but a one half cell, a metallic rod dipped in its own salt solution. So you can say name is beaker A. If you see in beaker B, so you can see here, there is a one copper rod which is dipped in CuSO4 solution, which is nothing but how many molar? 1 molar. So this is also one construction of half cell. When I have connected this half cell, these two half cell by means of a conducting wire. See, this is a conducting wire. So a complete cell is formed. And this cell is called as a radial cell. This, what a U-shaped tube you are seeing, that is known as a salt bridge. What is the role of it? We'll understand in the detail here. So what happens? See, we'll see the first beaker A. So in beaker A, the zinc rod, okay, is dipped in ZnSO4 solution. Okay. So I will represent as in this form. See, in ZnSO4, zinc is in the form of a +2. So this is a representation of zinc is in a contact with Zn +2. This rod indicates contact. Contact of what? Zinc rod with the zinc solution. Okay. Now what happens? here, as I told you, this zinc will act as a anode. So this is an anodic compartment. How I am determining? From the series of potassium, that is a series. I told you in 11th standard we studied potassium, sodium, see the series. From this series, if you see, zinc will come first and copper will come later. So zinc will act as an anode. Clear? So now zinc will act as an anode here and copper will act as cathode. So here, this is an anodic compartment. This is an cathodic compartment. So at anode, there will be lots of electron. So zinc will start to lose the electron. So Zn will be converted into Zn plus 2 So this Zn slowly will be converting into Zn plus 2. So here number of Zn plus 2 will be liberated. And the 2 electron which is generated from this compartment will come to this conducting wire and flow from anode to cathode. Now, you know this electron is always a negative charge, and negative charge is attracted towards where? Positive charge. So, these electrons are going from anode to cathode, means they are going from zinc to copper, means they are attracted here. Means negative charge is attracted here, so guarantee here cathode will be carrying a positive charge, zinc will be carrying a negative charge, means anode is here negative, cathode is here positive. In electrolytic cell, it will get reversed, but now you are understanding electrochemical cell. So see here, I told you, zinc rod is dipped in ZnSO4 solution in beaker A. Zinc slash Zn plus 2. So this slash indicates there is a contact between zinc rod and its salt solution. So what happens? This will act as an anode, this will act as a cathode, this is an anodic compartment, this is an cathodic compartment. So zinc will slowly start to release the 2 electron and convert into what? Zn plus 2. So here positive ion increases and 2 electrons get transferred from anode to cathode. And you know free flow of electrons. So here there will be free flow of electrons, and free flow of electron is nothing but electricity. So here galvanometer will show some value, and the yearly value is 1.01 volt. Okay. So the transfer of electron takes place from anode to cathode. Okay. So now what happened in the beaker B? We'll see the beaker B. See beaker B. These electrons will come here, and as you know copper is a metal, so it will allow the conduction of electron from copper to the solution. So this 2 electron will come into the solution. Now you know in beaker B there is a CuSO4. In CuSO4, Cu is present as Cu plus 2. So the 2 electron which is coming from anode will come towards the copper. They will get drained from this copper electron, come to the beaker with having a CuSO4. It contains Cu plus 2, and slowly the Cu plus 2 will gain the 2 electron and convert into Cu. The metal Cu get deposited on this cathode portion here, and slowly this anode will get over zinc in the form of a Zn plus 2. So what happens? Here there will be a increase of SO4 2 minus. Why? Why increase of SO4 2 minus? Because there were here Cu plus 2 and SO4 2 minus, but due to conduction of electrons from anode to cathode, the 2 electrons comes in the solution and they gain Cu plus 2 and convert into what? Cu. So slowly Cu plus 2 will get over. And who will be more? SO4 2 minus. Similarly here, to release 2 electron, Zn will release again and again plus 2, Zn plus 2, Zn plus 2. So here the positive ion will increase. So what happens? It happens so that in anodic compartment there is an increase of more positive ion, and in cathodic compartment there will be an increase of negative ion. as SO4 2 minus. So in anodic compartment more positive ion, in cathodic compartment more negative ion. So electrically neutrality is not maintained. When electrically neutrality is not maintained, the electric current stops. Why electric current stops? See here, zinc to release 2 electrons will again and again convert into Zn plus 2. So slowly zinc is over or it gets exhausted. So here Zn plus 2 will come. So in this beaker, who will increase more? Positive ion will increase more and more as compared to SO4 2 minus. So here there will be increase of more positive ion. Where? At anode. So you can see here at anodic compartment, positive ion increases. Okay. Similarly, if you see in cathode, so see your cathode, what happened? These 2 electrons comes here. They will come here. As this is a copper, is a metal, it will allow them to go to the solution. In the solution, CuSO4, 2 electron will find Cu plus 2 because CuSO4 will have a Cu as Cu plus 2. These 2 electron will react with Cu plus 2, will do the reduction, and this Cu plus 2 are converted into Cu. This Cu is getting deposited on this Cu electron. So slowly from this solution, Cu plus 2 ions are going. So who will be remaining? SO4 2 minus. So in cathodic compartment, negative ion increases. So what happens? As anodic compartment, more positive ion, less negative ion. Here more negative ion, less positive ion. So electrically neutrality is not maintained. And when electrically neutrality is not maintained, electric current will stop. Okay? So due to not maintaining of electrically neutrality, electric current is not flowing from anode to cathode. So I have to maintain the electrical neutral to flow the current. Okay? To continue this process, to continue this flowage of current, what I have to do? I have to maintain the electrically neutrality. So how I will maintain the electrical neutrality? I will maintain by equalizing positive ion and negative ion in both the compartment. Okay? So if I want to allow the electric current to flow continuously, what I have to do? I have to maintain the positive and negative ion in both the beaker. Who will help this? Salt bridge. That's why I have to add the salt bridge. Okay? So this salt bridge will allow or will maintain the electrically neutrality in both this beaker. When the positive ion are increasing, it will flow here negative ion, and when your negative ion are increasing, it will give here positive ion. How it is happening, we'll see in the next lecture. Means, I mean to tell is, when here positive ion increases as compared to negative ion, and when here negative ion increases as compared to positive ion, so electrically neutrality is not maintained in both the beaker. When electrical neutrality is not maintained in both the beaker, so electric current stops, and when electric current stops, so I have to allow or I have to once more start the reaction. So what I will do? I will add this salt bridge. This is a salt bridge. This salt bridge, what I will do? This salt bridge function, main function of salt bridge is to maintain what? Electrically neutrality in both the beakers. How it will happen? We'll see in the next lecture. Okay? So first, now again we will continue with this. So see in beaker A, zinc rod is dipped in ZnSO4 solution. So Zn plus Zn plus 2. This is a representation of zinc is in the contact with its salt solution. So the reaction occurs is Zn is what? Zn plus 2 plus 2 electron. In beaker B, what happens? In beaker B, copper rod is dipped in CuSO4 solution. Copper rod is dipped in a CuSO4 solution. So I will show the representation. So this shows what? This shows that copper is in a contact with Cu plus 2 solution. So here in beaker B reduction occurs. Here oxidation occurs. So in beaker B what occurs? Reduction Cu plus 2. Because the electron comes here, they will find here Cu plus 2 from CuSO4. This Cu plus 2 gain with 2 electron and converts into what? Cu. So here reduction. When I combine these two reactions, so what I will get? See, so upon combining, I'll get Zn is giving Zn plus 2 electron and Cu plus 2 gaining 2 electron. So C. So you can see here there is a loss of electron from zinc of 2 electron and there is a gain of 2 electron from copper. So totally transfer electron are how many? 2 electrons. So total 2 electron will transfer in this reaction. So here I will write as N and this N represents number of electron transfer. 2 electron or 2. Okay. So I will neutralize the reaction and I will get Zn plus Cu plus 2 is Zn plus 2 plus C. So this is the net reaction which will occur in linear cell. Right on this. Okay, so I hope you have written it. Now, after the reaction is over, what we will do? We will remove the zinc rod and copper rod. So, after the reaction is over, we will remove the zinc rod and copper rod. So what it is found? It is found that zinc rod weight is reduced, whereas copper rod weight is increased. So here it has been proved that the zinc rod will act as an anode, hence its weight goes on increasing, whereas copper rod weight is increased. Means here there is a deposition of copper occurs, and always on deposition always the deposition occurs at cathode. Okay. So after the removal, what is the conclusion? They will ask sometimes. The conclusion is after the linear cell reaction, the conclusion may be, or conclusion is zinc rod weight is reduced, hence it acts as an anode, and copper rod weight is increased, hence it acts as a cathode. Okay. So what is the shortcut here? Always remember, see, on anode always oxidation occurs, or you can remember at anode loss of electron and oxidation occurs. Okay. Or cathode gain of electron and reduction occurs, and wherever the reduction occurs, there only deposition occurs. Okay. So always the deposition occurs at cathode. Why I am telling so? Because in further classes it will help you. So always at anode there will be a loss of electron, and at anode oxidation occurs, and there will be liberation of gas. Okay, write out in here also liberation of gas. Okay. At cathode gain of electron occurs, and gain of electron is nothing but what? Reduction, and reduction means what? Deposition occurs. So at anode loss of electron means oxidation and liberation of gas. So why? We understand in future classes. Whereas in cathode what will happen? Gain of electron, and due to gain of electron it acts as a reduction, and on reduction means on cathode deposition occurs. So always deposition occurs at cathode, gain of electron, reduction. Liberation of gases at anode, loss of electron means oxidation. Okay. So you can copy out it. You can read from your NCERT textbook in detail. Okay. Okay. So I hope you have written the previous section. Now see, one more question comes. We can see here. So where there is a transfer of electron, so always here the transfer of electron will be from anode to cathode. Okay, you can see here the transfer of electron occurs from where to where? From anode to cathode. Whereas where is the electric current is going? So you know the direction of electric current is always opposite to the direction of electron. So electron are going from anode to cathode. So electric current, which is indicated by I. So electric current will be transferring from cathode to anode. So electric current direction is from cathode to anode. Okay. So transfer or direction of electron is from anode to cathode, and the transfer or the direction of electric current is from cathode to anode. Okay. Next, see here, from anode the electrons are generated, and these electrons are going from anode to cathode. So how to remember this sign? The sign, how to remember? See, always electron, you know, these are the negative charge. So this negative charge are attracted towards where? Positive charge. Means the electron are going from anode to cathode. Means electron are going towards the cathode. Means negative will go towards where? Cathode. That's why cathode charge here in electrochemical cells, especially I am looking, cathode will be positive and anode will be negative. Clear this part? Okay. So now next topic we will solve, that is solvent. So solvent, very simple. Okay, so first we will see the construction. A solid bridge is what? Is nothing but a U shape. It is a U-shaped glass tube. It's made of a glass. Okay, it is a U shape in this way. It is a U-shaped glass tube. Okay, where both the ends, okay, these are closed by glass tube. Inside the U-shaped tube or solid bridge, we are filling the chemical like KNO3. Is filled with the chemical like KNO3 or NH4. The both ends are closed by means of a glass tube, and the chemical is filled is KNO3 or NH4NO3. Now this glass tube, it is placed inverted in such a way that one of the end remains in a anodic compartment and another end remains in the cathodic compartment. Okay, so this glass tube is placed inverted in such a way that one of its end is placed in a anodic compartment and another end is placed in the cathodic compartment. So in this way a complete cell is formed. Now what is the role of the solid bridge? It's very simple. See, as you know, it maintains the electrical neutrality. So when Zn+2 ion increases here, when Zn+2 ion in the beaker increases, so I have to maintain the electrical neutrality. So I have to increase here negative ion. So from solid bridge, more amount of negative ions will be released to maintain the electrical neutrality. Similarly, from stop it, throw a copy in it.